Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm starting with a new thing for 2020. I don't know if we'll continue it with it. It depends whether you like it or not. Sometimes I'll present big videos on big subjects, but other times I feel as though I want your communication more. I want to maybe make a few statements about maybe a belief or what I've seen or whatever, and then to have you guys actually get back to me on it and see what you agree with or whatever. So I'm calling them a conversation with, and there'll be a playlist for that. Excuse me. So, the first one is I have studied different types of spiritualities since I can remember. I mean, I went through phases of wanting to be a nun, wanting to be a Russian Orthodox, studying Kabbalah, studying all sorts of stuff, and then I've always been an interest in world customs, world religions, and also more esoteric thinking. But I also like to simplify things. I think if you've got a book that's very heavy and big, in-depth, explanations, that can be quite a turn-off. So I like my own books to be quite sort of conversational and informative. And I try to live my life in a kind of, I wouldn't say minimalistic way, although I do try, for the environment and stuff. But my thinking, I try to, take things down to a sort of basic and live by it. I've always loved the Native American way of walking, beauty, balance and harmony. Spot on, like it, can do that. But one of the things that, when talking about like past lives, when talking about how much control we have of our lives and all those sort of things, there's big words used, there's things all over the place. And yes, if you want to study them and go into them at that level, that's great. I encourage you to do that. But sometimes we just feel things, and we'll maybe understand it on the depths of our feelings and maybe beliefs, what we've seen, what we've felt. And the first one I want to go with is I kind of see life as being having the parameters of three things, and that's fate, destiny and chaos. And those three words to me hold firm in everything I've seen, in every past life, in every future life, in every way of interacting with people. And I think I use maybe the word slightly differently, and you have to remember in different spiritualities and in different ways, certain words mean certainly different things. And I've always had a sense of what destiny was, and some people think destiny is fate, and it's certainly not to me. So let's go. We've got fate, destiny and chaos. Now, starting from everything is source from source, all one. There's a sense of, before we come down for any one life, we will plan the parameters of that life, and we will aspire to have certain circumstances put upon us in that life, certain lessons to learn, certain ways to develop our soul and let the soul have a physical kind of chariot and experience life in the human form. Now, those parameters that are set down, when you're going to be born, when you die, when you'll meet a member of your soul tribe, when you'll do this, when you'll do that, these things that are already decided before we come down, I see as fate, because they can't be changed. Okay, they are what they are what we come down for, and they're the parameters of life. Now, that within itself is good, but it leads to this sense of, well, if everything's fated, why do we bother, But fate is the plan. it's the parameters. But when we come here, we have free will and free choice, and we all have that. So what I believe is that the fates or the fated plan brings us to certain crossroads in life that we've already discussed and planned before we come down. Now, when we hit those crossroads, that's when I believe destiny choice comes in. And destiny choice is just another name, I suppose, for free will. To me, as I say, you may have different understandings of terms. This is just me making the best of a lot of knowledge and trying to speak my truths. Like, destiny choice to me is the choices that come when fates bring us to a crossroads in life, and we can say, right, okay, I've got the chance of doing this, or I've got the chance of doing that, and I could choose to not bother, I could choose to go back the way. These are all destiny choices, and that is firmly within our control. We will then hopefully take the best destiny choice for us within the parameters of fate. And that's fine, and that's good. That's the sense of, I think, where maybe clairvoyant readings come in. They can help show you the different potentials and maybe sort of give you the information that shows maybe that is the one that is going to get you to there, and that one might have problems or whatever. Again, the clairvoyant shouldn't be telling you what to do in a reading, but should be saying, well, that's, you could go that way, you could go that way. That way looks as though it would be back in your plan, or that one's taking you further into further choice, that sort of thing. And the understanding that we have destiny choice is fantastic. We have free will and free choice, and we can make our decisions based on it. So with fate being the parameters, and they already decided cannot be changed, then destiny choice and free will comes into play. Now that's fine, but what you've got to then understand is that other people have free choice too, okay? And you could decide to go on a journey, blah, 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 take it that road, and that looks really, really good. And then somewhere along the way, someone else could take the destiny choice, say, to get in a car while drunk, and you end up, in a car crash and maybe not doing so well, blah, blah, blah. And that journey that you took, that choice you took, has been negated or held back by someone else's destiny choice. And the way I see that is when you take your choice, but there's so many other people's destiny choices, their free will come into play, that's a sense of movement, and that's when you bring chaos. And chaos is, it's kind of the, it's almost like the gambling part of life, that you take that way, you can see how it'll take you somewhere, but you really can't factor in someone else's destiny choice impinging. Now, it can happen the other way. It can happen that someone's destiny choice, they don't get in line for that job, and you get in line, and that job then becomes yours, and it takes you closer. It doesn't need to always be negative, but what we do have is that sense of movement inspired by other people's destiny choice. And there's a Lakota supernatural being called Scan, S-K-A-N, and Scan is responsible for stirring the universe. And without Scan stirring the universe, nothing moves. There is no movement, no birds flying, no trains running, no thought processes, no love being given, no movement, just is. And I love the idea of Scan just being like, right, let's stir this about a bit and get it going and see what lands where, because Scan is stirring the universe. I would say he or she, but it's a genderless being, I believe. Scan is stirring it just because it should be stirred. The universe is in perpetual motion. Energy moves, it transmutes, it moves into different things. There's always movement, and chaos is part of that movement. And that's the way I see it. So fate is your parameters, your plan, like your architectural drawing before you come down. And destiny choice is what we can do at the crossroads, or the important bits of that plan. And then the rest is chaos, because everybody else has free will and free choice too. Now, that's it simple for me, but that allows me to work magically as well, because there's no point in trying to sort something or encourage something that's a fated thing. It won't work. If you're fated to be poor, you're going to be poor. If that's been your choice when you come down, that you want to have the experience of poverty and see what that does to your soul, then you will be poor, and no spell or intent or whatever in the universe will change that. That's already a contract. It's already written into the Akashic records. That's who you are. But with destiny choices, there's a potential for maybe some manoeuvring, and with maybe the sense of chaos, there can be a ways of slightly dampening down, or trying to sort of have a protective barrier around you, etc., like that. So this way of looking at it actually makes my magical practice very, very easy. When I choose to do it, obviously, because first things first, you have to look at what is fated. If it's fated, it's going to happen. You can't change it. If it's destiny choice, there's room for manoeuvre, there's room for guidance. And if it's chaos, who knows, you know? So let me know what you think about that. Please be nice to one another. You're always nice, but sometimes new people come on with very, very, very specific belief systems, and that's welcome too, but not in a preachy way. There will be no proselytizing on this channel whatsoever. If you want to preach to someone, go elsewhere. Not happening. We're opening up a conversation to present things, to see how we feel about things. And your way's right for you, my way's right for me, and that is the way that we're going into these conversations. And so what I want you to do is let me know what you think of a conversation with Colette, obviously, about . If you feel that you want to get involved more and put stuff in the comments, let's all chat, let's go back and forth. It's fantastic. I haven't looked at the comments yet for about 7 days, so I'm almost scared to go in, because I'm sure there'll be about 500. So if you just get a wee tick or a wee heart, know that I have seen it, but there's no way I can reply to it. But we're starting fresh with the conversation and I will be replying and getting involved with that. So I hope that you'll join in, and I'm so excited to hear what your views are, with the sense of the way that we live our lives, with fate, with destiny, with whatever. It's very interesting to me. And I know sometimes I think sometimes I've worked to make things simplistic for myself at times, and I've put the work in. I've read a lot. I've gone so many places, studying different views, trying them. And then when you have that information, you can make your own choice. And for me, it's better that something is simple and easy for me to work with. Even though I have a science background, I'm not remotely interested in doing that much more research now. So what you get from me, I don't necessarily think it will change, because it's been my belief for many years now. I could also in this, I know I've done a book review for Raj, is it Parmar's book, All That We Are, there's a lot of the themes of what I'm talking about in that book. It's over there, so I'm not going to get it. Yeah, that's a good one if you want to open up to the understanding of source, past lives, all sorts of things. Is more an opinion and a teaching manual, but there's really, really good stuff in it. So, a conversation has started. This is number 1. Let me know what you think of fate, destiny, choice, and chaos as my way of looking at things, and I look forward to it. So many blessings. Get involved. Bye now.